This is Mariners Sogcast, episode 66. I'm Garrett. I'm here with my co-host, Matt.
Hello.
Patrick's not with us today. He's off partying somewhere.
Yeah, out in at the Gorge Amphitheater, I believe.
Are you going to eat that croissant?
It's beautiful out there during the summer. I bet he's hot. And
I bet
burnt.
it's miserable out there.
Yeah. He doesn't have much to cover his head, so he better be using a lot of sunscreen out there.
He better be wearing a hat.
Let's just say he's Buhner buzzed. But yeah, we're back talking more Mariners baseball. The Mariners are still first in the AL West, which we expected since last week. We still have a 7-game lead on our division. Houston is sneaking up. They've matched Texas in record. Houston's 37-40, and Texas is 36-40. They're still under 500, which is really nice for us because we're on the road and we play a lot better at home than we do on the road.
A lot better.
I mean, where we left off before, we already took the first 2 games of the Texas Rangers series going for the sweep.
Okay, yeah.
And we accomplished the sweep.
Got it.
Yeah, that was on Father's Day, and Logan Gilbert dominated then, and he dominated today. The Mariners have been playing a better brand of baseball. They had a really tough Cleveland series, though.
They sure did.
Did you notice, like, the Mariners are playing better baseball against teams under 500, and they're not
Yes, I did.
necessarily rolling over these teams that are over 500?
Right.
I mean,
these are teams we're going to see in the playoffs. This is what we should be winning.
The Royals were a really good matchup for the Mariners.
That was a really fun series.
And the Guardians as well. Like, these teams
Less
are
fun.
teams that we're going to see in the playoffs. And, like, the Twins series, we ended up, splitting the Twins series a while back?
Was it 4 games?
It was
I know
a
we split
4-game
with the
series.
Yankees. I don't know
Yeah,
if we split
right.
the Twins.
Either way, like, those matchups are the kind of teams that we're in that pool of teams, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we need to make sure that when we face those teams, we're learning a lot and using that as fuel and injecting everything we learn from that series into the rest of our season. So the next time we see them, we're tougher. And by the end of the season, we've seen them 4 times or 3 or 4 times, however many times we face each team. And we know what we're doing and what kind of weapons to deploy at the right time. But it's tough right now. The Guardians have been hitting the ball a lot better, and especially at home. So it's okay that the Mariners lost a series. You know, I'm not mad about the Mariners losing series with this buffer we have, but our run differential is still only like plus 19. So
Yeah.
what do you think about our offense?
The offense is sweet.
What's been going well?
Luke Raley's been going well.
Yeah, he hits the ball hard, man.
Yeah, he does. He's fast.
He's
He's
very
awesome. We got to
fast.
watch him play center field today. He's great at that, too.
He's awesome out there.
I mean, Rojas is hitting the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
Cal Raleigh is just the man.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh's still like hitting for a low average, but you can always trust that
He's super clutch.
yeah,
he's Mr. Clutch.
He's going to be there when you need him. JP Crawford has been struggling.
He sure has.
He's kind
But
of
that's
been
all
on the
right.
slide.
I'm not too worried about JP.
He's been getting heated because he's been getting a lot of balls called strikes. So,
Yes.
And he's one of those guys that takes pride in knowing the zone.
Yeah.
I don't know. He got tossed this week, and he's been getting heated. And it's okay. We kind of need that, especially from a leader in our clubhouse.
We've had a few guys get tossed this week.
Yeah, they're standing up for themselves out there. And even Scott Service got tossed, so.
Good.
What can you say? 570 winning percentage? Yeah, it's pretty good, man. The Mariners haven't been this good for 20 years at this
Right.
point in the season. Since, like, the 2003 season was the last comparable, lead in the division. We just have to keep rolling forward at the right pace and at least go 500 on the road trips and win at home if that's our formula.
That's what we've been saying for years.
Yeah. And
If that's the formula, stick to it, and we're going to be just fine.
that's what we've been doing. That's how things have been shaking out here.
Yeah, you'll lose a series here and there, but you win more at home, you're good to go.
All right. So, we lost the Cleveland series, but we can get into it a little bit. Tuesday the 18th, game 1, after a day off on Monday the 17th. They finally had a day off after another brutal 13-game stretch, ending that 52-game and 55-day fucking bonanza.
The marathon?
Yeah, marathon they ran. So they're looking pretty good after coming out of that, honestly. They still have a lot of energy. Our bullpen isn't where we want it to be. What do you think about our bullpen?
The bullpen is frustrating.
Yeah. Munoz at least is healthy.
Yeah. No, Munoz is not part of the conversation.
I'm glad he's healthy is what I'm saying. At least we still have him because that's something we can rely on.
Yeah, but we can't rely on Bizzardo, Bauman.
All the B names.
Yeah, Bowman.
Bolton.
Bolton.
Yeah, I still want to trust Bolton. I haven't seen him a lot recently.
I want to like Thornton so bad.
Me too.
He's hit or miss.
He started the season off so well.
Yeah,
and
he'll have a good game here and there.
Yeah.
Just he's not the level of consistent we're used to seeing from the bullpen, and neither is Stanek.
Remember Penn Murphy?
Yeah, I remember Penn Murphy.
I felt like Thornton was kind of a Penn Murphy kind of guy where I could trust him in those middle leverage situations, and now it's like he's kind of off the rails. I think he can pull it together, and he's going to be there. He's not like the first guy on the chopping block by any means.
No, he's one of the guys I trust the most right now, but it's still not like at the level I want to be.
You
trusting a reliever, you know?
And you mentioned Stanek.
Stanek, yeah.
You trust Stanek more than Thornton right now?
No, I don't.
I kind of do.
You do?
I feel like it was always Stanek panic before, king of getting 2 outs, and we were always joking about how he faced too many batters.
2 outs, walk.
Yeah, and then he gets into trouble.
Line drive.
Has someone else come in to get the last out of the inning after he faces
Munoz
5 batters.
Yeah, to come in. Yeah.
That was happening a lot.
5-out save.
But it's not happening as much anymore. Like, he's not giving up
it's
those
not as bad.
walks, and he's not getting hit as hard. So
yeah,
I can trust Stanek a little more, and I think he's gained a little bit of stamina since the beginning of the season, where he looked gassed after 4 or 5 batters. Now he can face 6 or 7 batters and be okay, which I like about Stanek. So he still throws 100. He still throws a nice splitter.
Dislike these guys.
He's got good weapons.
Sure. Yeah,
So
he throws the ball really fast.
Yeah, he has to deploy them properly, right?
Yeah, for sure. I don't dislike the bullpen. It's just not where it was. We're so used to having such a lights-out bullpen, and it's not really lights out right now.
Mm-mm. Coming into the season, we expected it to be absolutely nasty, and right now it's just kind of a carousel of some guy.
It is.
So
we're waiting on Gabe Spire.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Gregory Santos, who has been throwing bullpens.
All right.
And, I don't know if there's a timeline, but they've been talking about it. We saw Greg Santos throwing bullpens.
If he's on a throwing program and he's throwing bullpens, at least from flat ground, then that's something good. I want Gregory Santos here. What about like Carlos Vargas? I don't know if he had a season-ending thing, but
I don't know.
There's guys that we hopefully can get back at some point that we can use. His Brash, obviously, we haven't talked about him for a long time, and I'm kind of sad he's not coming back this year. It's just not in the picture because that was going to be a big weapon this year.
That's a dude.
He's nasty. So
now he's a dude who needs Tommy John.
His elbow could not hold up, but that dude, yeah, that's some filth. That's like Tim Lincecum style, like freak shit when he's out there. I remember seeing those RPMs and the movement on his balls when he first came up, and everyone was blown away by that. The slider is like sweeper, especially.
Yeah, I know you're paying attention to the movement of his balls.
Yeah, well, what can I say? That that face, Matt Brash.
It's the pants, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Stupid Fanatics Nike pants.
See right through them. You caught me. Well, yeah, game 1, the Mariners ended up winning 8-5.
That's the one where we played McKenzie was pitching?
Tristan McKenzie.
Tristan McKenzie.
Sticks.
That's a pitcher that we should beat up on, and we did.
For the second time this year, I believe. I think we got to him the first time we faced him as well. His stuff has not been what it was. I think he's pitching on like a torn elbow, you know what I mean? He doesn't have the electric stuff he did early in his career, and it's showing. One thing the Guardians usually do well is pitch. And, yeah, McKenzie's struggling, man. And the Mariners
he's not good.
jumped on him.
He didn't play well.
No.
He's terrible.
He's having a rough year for sure. And
Took
I kind of
advantage
feel
of it.
for him. But, hey, the Mariners get the win here. Bryce Miller had a pretty good day until the end where a couple runs came in. He went 5.2 innings, so he almost finished the sixth, but ran into trouble.
Yep.
Both came in, and at least one run scored there.
That's a guy I forgot to mention. I was like, there's more people in the bullpen.
Saucedo
and Voth. Yeah.
And Saucedo hasn't been what he was pre-knee injury, but I still love him and like trust him, but it's not locked down.
I'm a believer.
Oh, me too. I love me too. And I love my lefties, and he's what we got back there right now.
Yeah.
He's into every pitch. I love his focus and his love for the game and what he does out there, his intensity. He brings a really good feel for what we're doing. And he's just been shaky. Like every once in a while, he'll give up without 1 or 2 runs and come off the mound yelling, "Fuck!"
Yep.
So, I've seen it a few times, but we can trust
He's had
him.
good games too.
We need him in those lefty spots.
I know it's in there. He just needs to harness it, get on a tear, start rolling again, and
He's
and we'll
not
be-
going anywhere. So,
no, we'll be good with Sauce.
yeah.
I'm happy. Man, McKenzie, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
Mariners
We hit a
hit
lot
home
of home
runs.
runs off of him.
JP hit a high home
It
run.
was very high.
Yeah, barely made it over the fence. Maybe nicked off the center fielder's glove onto the platform up there. They have such a weird wall.
Right on the yellow stripe, yeah? Is that
Maybe
off the
just
glove and it
beyond
just
it.
doink?
Yeah,
Oh,
like it was
maybe.
like
Might have-
flat up there, so
Yeah.
it was weird. It's hard to tell if it was off the top of the wall or the platform,
Okay.
But definitely off his glove, almost robbed. But nope, JP, best Mariner,
Best
leans
Mariner.
back and sends one.
Yeah, dude.
He looks so good when he hits a homer too.
Yeah. Luke Raley hit a homer.
Yeah.
Dylan Moore hit a homer.
A fat homer to left, dude. It was like 410 or something like that. 410 feet. It was a missile to left.
Won that game 8-5. Good.
Yeah, that's
Good,
what's
good.
up. We had a lot of base runners that day. We took advantage. Our bullpen was giving up runs late, and we had to go to Munoz for the 5-out save, which we haven't done for a while.
I remember being nervous about the 4-out save, and we're like, okay. And then he
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah, Thornton was letting runners on left and right, and
Yeah.
Munoz came in and shut the door. Went 2 innings, basically, and got Thornton out of trouble and the save. So that's what we want to see from our guy at the back end. Munoz, Senor Smoke, has been awesome lately.
We need him.
Yeah.
We need this guy
Occasional
so bad.
wild pitch, but, it's tough in those high leverage situations, and you're trying to throw your best slider, and a ball will get away, and they'll take a base and put the pressure on, which happened, but he got out of it, no problem. That strikeout potential is really where it's at in those situations. That's the guy who can strike out the side anytime.
That dude can sling it. That's for sure. So what happens Wednesday? Oh, that's not a
Yeah.
good day for us.
Oh, yeah, that was a really bad day. Tanner Bibby?
Bibby?
Bibby? I think it's Bibby, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Patrick's always saying Bibby, and I'm like, is it? I don't know. I didn't hear
Well, we
someone say
can't
it.
trust Patrick to pronounce
Oh,
people's
Patrick.
names.
Well, at least I'm here to mispronounce it today. Tanner Bibby.
Miss you, Patrick. Come back to
Hey,
us.
Love you, Patrick. Come back to us, yeah, safe and hydrated, please.
And red.
Yeah, you're going to be red as fuck. Sorry, we can't adjust the color.
I might be able to figure it out.
Too red.
I'll
Yeah,
add some blue so he looks purple.
perfect.
Then you won't notice.
Yeah, no, it balances it out perfectly. Woo.
Yep, we got shit on.
Woo made his start. He skipped his previous one. Kind of worried about Woo, but the MRI came back clean. They gave him an
Yeah.
extra day of rest. He's had a whole bunch of days to be ready, and he did okay.
Not his best day.
It wasn't his best day.
He only pitched 4 innings.
Struck out nobody. Who'd he strike out? One guy, maybe? I don't know. He didn't do very well. 4 innings, 3 runs, gave up a homer. Yeah, Tanner Bibby just 3 hit, 2 walks, 14 Ks, casually walked all over the Mariners, and we couldn't do anything. JP got heated. This is where he got thrown out of the game. He got called on 2 high strikes, and one of them to strike out looking. Immediately turns and throws his helmet and gets in the umpire's face and like neck vein and everything.
Oh yeah, he was pissed, man. If I remember, I think he must have, you're bullshit or something like that. And he's like, nope, we're not doing this. You're gone.
He immediately said something. He threw his helmet, turned around, and was tossed and was already, and Manny Acta
he had
came
every
running
reason
down.
to be pissed off.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
one of those 3 pitches that were balls called strikes were just like the closest borderline pitch.
It's
but
the high strike he was pissed about.
there were 2 of them that were blatant error, like just missed
Especially
calls.
the third one.
Yeah. And so, and I understand why he's so pissed, dude. He's up there trying to get at bats and they're just taking him out of his hands. Just like, no.
Yeah.
That's got to be so frustrating for him, man.
He's been kind of in a slide too, and he prides himself on working that count and getting those walks and making the pitcher work. And he knows those are high. He knows, like, you can see the box on the TV. You can see that they're up by his like nips, shoulder, like that's not a strike.
And he knows the zone.
Yeah, he
clearly
knows the zone. And today it's been inconsistent at the top of the zone, and he was not happy. He got tossed, man. And on Juneteenth, JP's ejected. Oh, it's a crime against humanity. But no, he said the wrong words at the wrong time. This is a game, after all. Manny Acta comes running down and pushes him out of the umpire's face because he was like about to touch the umpire with his finger.
And that's a
Manny
big
Acta
mistake.
body checks him a little bit. Scott Service comes running in, pushes him out of the way, and gets in the umpire's business too and says, nope, get out of here. Don't get fined again. He already probably got fined for throwing his helmet.
Whatever.
And, don't get fined for touching the dude too, So they did the right thing there, got out there quickly, separated him, and Scott got tossed too, which I like. He said
He's out there standing up for his guys.
At the right time, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Mm-hmm.
We need that out of Scott.
Oh, yeah.
JB was so mad. Yeah.
He was furious.
And then I think it was the next game. Ball called strike again, high out of the zone, and he just stood there, looked straight forward, and just did one of these. You could see he was about to just be like, are we doing this again?
Yeah, especially because the crew rotates. It's not the same guy behind the plate 2 days in a row. It's the same crew, and he knows that dude sees it the day before, and he knows he sees his reaction, and
he
like,
wants so
okay,
badly to
man,
be like, you too?
I'm not getting thrown out of this game, but dude, this has gotta change. You can't catch up to those high pitches. Those pitches are so fucking hard to hit, and if you're calling them that high, then you can't do shit as a batter, and they should be pissed off about it. Luke Raley, same thing, man. He got screwed on a pitch, and then said instead of a 1-1 count, it's an 0-2 count, and it's a completely different game. Pitchers win like 79% of the time on an 0-2 count, like maybe higher. So, yeah, 1-1 count, that's still determining where we're going here, and you can still work a count. But 0-2, you're already so fucked. Like
JP's the 0-2 master. That dude will work out of an 0-2 most of the time.
That's a very special ability.
It is. It's
I
great.
noticed Ryan Bliss has a little bit of that. He'll work a count. He'll be 0-2 and work a count too. Be able to foul off pitches, take good pitches, knowing what the pitcher's trying to attack him with.
Yeah. Ryan Bliss is great. I'm liking him more and more. The more he plays, the more I'm like, the kid is the truth.
Yeah, dude. Thursday, he had a hell of a game, right? Let's see. Was that Thursday? Yeah. Wasn't he 3 for 3 that day?
I don't know. I think he was 3 for 4 today.
Oh, nope. That's the first game against the Marlins. I forgot. Yeah, we lost game 3 of the series on Thursday.
Yep.
Castillo got hit around a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad, but Brennan hit 2 home runs that day, one off of Castillo and then one off of Thornton, who we've been talking about not having the best time out there lately.
2 solo shots.
Yep, 2 solo shots, so not crazy damage. Dylan Moore in the first inning put another one into the left field seats. That dude knows how to turn on a fastball. Like, he had that MLB TV spot, and he's like, well, I just try to be on time for the fastball.
Yeah,
and
he's
he
so
is.
casual.
He pulls home runs like nobody's business. He's one of the best hitters. They read off a list that was all elite hitters, and Dylan Moore
Judge,
hitting
Soto,
fastballs.
Ohtani,
Freddie Freeman, yeah, like
Dylan Moore.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he rips fastballs.
Get it, kid.
So that dude is showing life, man. But we scored early and then didn't score at all. 2 runs in the first and then just nothing until Bliss tacked one on in the 4th. I guess that was the last run. Yeah. Cleveland kept scoring. We couldn't do shit. Our bullpen couldn't hold a close game, and we couldn't get anything going late. So that's a good team, man. They pitch, they hit for power more now. Progressive Field, they changed their their stadium. Yeah, it's like not their dimensions of the field, but like they used to have more of like a windscreen part of left field, I guess, and they kind of took that out. So now there's more of a wind draft that goes out to right field. And there's been a huge jump in home runs to right field this year. The Cleveland Guardians were
they got a lot of left-handed bats, don't they?
yeah, a lot. They can put like
So they're just
eight left-handed bats in.
sending them to right field.
Yeah, so I mean, their new renovations help their power numbers, but it helps the other team as well. But more home runs go out there. It's more middle of the pack. They were last in home runs last year. They're hitting a lot of home runs this year at home to right field with all their left-handed bats. So that's something that the Mariners couldn't capitalize on a lot. There was one game we hit some home runs out there. That was nice too. But we couldn't do anything about it. Thursday, lost the series. 2-1, no sweep, and the Mariners stay alive, go to Miami.
Yep.
Clase, though.
We get to play the crappy Marlins.
We saw Emmanuel Clase from the Guardians. Their closer. Ooh, that's scary. So when that guy comes in, game's over. You can't be behind late in the game. That's like a better than Munoz type guy.
That was on the first game of the series?
The second and third games of the Cleveland series. My bad. I said Miami and then had to jump back because Clase was so nasty.
Like, where are we going?
Like,
I see.
Yep. But yeah.
Yep. So off to Miami.
To
play the bullshit Marlins.
Yeah, they kind of suck, right?
They're not good.
Yeah, they have some decent players, but as a team, they're not cohesive. They don't have the pitching they need. They're very sporadic offense.
Now they stink. And we ended up losing the first game. It's pretty disappointing.
The Marlins were coming off of 2 walk-off wins. And the Mariners, of course, play a late game, 2-2 tie into the 10th inning. And lose it in dramatic fashion to Tim fucking Anderson, of all people.
Yeah. No, it's a bummer, man. Canzone had this ball on a line straight to Cal Raleigh, trying to throw out the runner at home in the 10th inning.
It was a nice throw,
It was a great throw.
The perfect one-hop throw to the catcher.
Cal couldn't hold on to it.
It wasn't quite perfect, I guess.
What did it hit the lip of the grass?
I guess that's the excuse, or what we see on the camera. You don't know because the catcher's expecting dirt or grass, and if it hits that edge, it's a weird squib, like off the edge. It's lower and faster than you think, and he couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, regardless of what happened, he couldn't hold on to it. Runner scores. Game over. Walked
throw
it off
was
for a
there.
third time in a row.
And Canzone had just come into the game pinch hitting for Bliss, who was 3 for 3 that day.
You think Canzone is underrated?
Yeah,
I do too.
I do.
I really like Canzone a lot.
He puts the bat on the ball. He puts the barrel on the ball fairly often.
I don't think we talk about him very much. Whenever we talk about him, we're like, yeah, Canzone.
He was hurt for a while.
Dump Canzone.
But since he's been back, he's played great defense.
That dude's great.
He has a really nice swing, man.
Super strong.
Yeah, for the slim beanpole he is. Yeah, he put one into the upper deck today.
Dude, he can send it.
He put it like through a concourse tunnel into the upper deck.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
He was 4 for 4 today.
He was.
Kid's a stud.
So losing Friday sucked because we pinch hit for Bliss, who was 3 for 3 with runners on, even though it was can zone, and he did put a good swing on it. It was a fly ball to right field, but not deep enough. But you got to play Bliss there. He's
Dude,
3
I'll
for
tell you,
3,
can
man.
zone is a great player.
Yeah.
Probably underrated. But what kind of decision is it to take a guy who's 3 for 3 on the night and replace him? What are we doing? Scott is never going to stop doing this.
Yeah.
He's constantly fucking this up.
It was not a good decision.
It's not the first time he's done it. This has been happening and happening and happening, and we'll call it out every single time how boneheaded that shit is.
Yeah. Someone's 3 for 3. Let them take their 4th at bat.
What are we
Please.
doing?
Come on, Scott. This is ridiculous. This happened over and over. Like you've said, since we've started this podcast, this is more than my fingers amount of times. Like I can't count how many fucking times we've gone over this.
We're just going to keep saying it.
He was
and
3 for 3, and we decided to use our entire bench instead of just leaving a guy there.
He's not
Leave
showing
him there.
any signs of stopping that shit.
Put him in for defense for Mitch Haniger and right instead of pinch hitting him for Bliss. You know what I mean? Still put him into right field because the game was still tied or whatever. But like
2-2.
But don't you don't have to deploy all of your bench when like in every situation. It seems like any situation to do it, he's gonna do it. He wants to use every player every day, and it's really annoying, man.
It is annoying.
Let the dude who's 3 for 3 hit. He's hot. He's seeing pitches well. He puts the ball in play, and he's speedy as shit. So even if it's an infield dribbler, you have a chance to get the next hitter up to bat. Pinch hit for him if you want. Whatever. Like, not the guy that's 3 for 3. Yeah, that's bullshit, man. I'm tired of Scott doing that, too. It's not the right move to make in our formula. It like, negates a lot of the like what we have going on that day. There's no is romantic or like what's the word? I don't know. The dude is on fire. He has 3 hits in a row off of this team today.
How are you just going to slam the door on your momentum?
I don't understand ever.
Shit's going right, and you go, nah.
All right. I'm stuck on it because, yeah, you're right. That's fucked up.
It's fucking dumb. What are we doing?
Yeah, come on, dude.
Yeah, so that sucks. Good one, Scott. That one's on you. Nah, not really. So, a little bit.
The Marlins suck.
They're not good. And we proved it today.
Yes, we proved it on Saturday, Game 2. The Mariners win 9-0. Logan Gilbert, 2 consecutive 8-inning performances, allowing 0 runs each time. And Garrett left him on his fantasy baseball bench
2 weeks in a row.
both times accidentally. Of course, he wanted him in there, but that's a lot of points, brother.
Thanks.
Cost you 1 week. Is it going to cost you this week?
I don't know, man.
I feel bad for you,
I'm coming
dude.
for you, Ashish.
Just keep him in.
That's not going to stop me from winning this week.
Put him in every day so that you never miss.
I know. Put Charlie Morton on the bench.
Sorry, I had to roast you for that one. That's a
It's
mistake.
bad, dude. I deserve to be roasted for that.
But 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Walter.
Has he not walked anybody? He's walked one guy in his last 3 outings.
Let me roll back here. He walked. I didn't write it down. His last. Yeah, I did. 0 walks his last start. So he won in his last 16 innings, and 15 strikeouts, 0
Possibly
walks,
longer.
or one walk. That's amazing, man.
Yeah, dude.
Walter is on fire right now.
Logan is my dude.
I'm glad
Logan
they didn't
for
let
Cy
him go
Young.
out for the 9th. Honestly,
I've been saying it. Logan for Cy Young.
yeah, Logan for
Make it
Cy.
happen.
This is the beginning of that stretch. This is how you start making your push pre All-Star break. Two 8 innings. I think he's second in the league in innings pitched, maybe. The Mariners pitchers are pitching a lot of innings, so I mean, I'm kind of glad they took him out after 8. We don't need to have him going out there for 9 after he's thrown 94 pitches, whatever it was. It's fine. Take him out. Bizzardo actually looks good sometimes when he can locate.
He had a 9-run lead.
Yeah. Yeah, he can be calm, confident.
Yeah, you don't need to waste an arm.
His four-seamer has a lot of ride. It kind of tails towards right-handed batters, has a lot of ride. And his two-seamer, I think he has a two-seamer, he's throwing two, looked good. And his slider has a lot of movement. When he's locating, he can be really deceptive. The hitters do not look good against him when his stuff is good. But he's had so many shitty outings. It's so inconsistent. But he has good stuff, I noticed. I've noticed it a couple times this last week. So I don't know what to do with that, but at least he has good stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's nice we can toss him in without too much worry.
Yeah, today was all about Logan. So, yeah, it didn't matter too much.
Yeah, this game was all Mariners.
All Mariners, 9-0. Demo, Josh Rojas with 2 hits each. Rayleigh and JP getting it done later in the game, streaking some hits to right field, scoring more runs. Rojas error today. It was a pick in front of him. Pretty routine play. Kind of booted it, but a double play got us out of that inning, or at least got 2 outs and stranded a runner on third. So luckily that didn't ruin Walter's day out there, and everything looked good. Even Rojas, he had 2 hits, Rojas had 2 hits, but he hit the ball hard like all of his other at-bats too. At least a couple other times he was like, damn, that dude made a good play to like rob him of a hit, and like he was on the ball all day, even though it's just 2 hits. Canzone with that massive upper deck shot, that was beautiful.
Upper decky,
dude. 15 hits. That's awesome. 9 runs. That's
a solid day.
And that's where we stand. The Mariners are 11 games above 500, winning the West in a playoff spot, and it is getting late in June. The All-Star game is approaching. The trade deadline's going to be approaching here soon, and there will be serious talks.
It's getting there, man.
Shit, man. It's a good baseball season in Seattle. The summer is going to be hot. It's going to be electric. That marine layer is going to thin out, and the balls will start flying. Julio's going to put some balls over the fence. I know Mitch Haniger has at least 12 to 15 more home runs to hit this year.
He does.
I hope he sticks around. I mean, it depends on who we trade for.
Yeah.
We have a roster issue right now.
We sure do.
Too many dudes are getting healthy, and our young guys and replacements are performing well. Remember early in the season when we were talking about possibly Luke Rayleigh DFA? And we were like, we hope not, but like give him more playing time, and now he's a absolute role player on this team.
Yeah, he's one of our most important players right now. No shot we get rid of Luke Rayleigh.
No, now it's looking like Mitch Haniger might be the weak link in our outfield if we want to trade for a bat. It's kind of scary. Like Mitch Haniger's the guy on the chopping block. It's a good problem to have, is what I'm saying.
It is. I really like Mitch Haniger a lot. I think people talk a lot of shit about his defense, and I don't think it's that bad.
It's gotten worse over the last couple years.
It's not that bad.
It's not the same as it was, and I'm with you. I've always defended his defense out there because I think he runs good routes. He'll flub a ball every once in a while, but he's really good on foul balls against the wall. Like, he positions himself well, but he's slow getting the ball in sometimes.
That's one thing I pointed out last week that Rayleigh has been shaky on, is weird caroms off the wall when he has no idea where it's going to go.
He runs fast to a spot instead of reading the trajectory of the ball and taking a route to position himself well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, man. But that's his strength is speed. So the faster he gets there,
I know,
hopefully it works out,
It worked out great for him in center field.
Yeah.
He's got all this space to run around, and he can get there, dude.
Yeah.
He's so fast.
There's a whole pasture out here. Go run, buddy. Yeah. That's what I felt like out there, man.
Be free, Luke Rayleigh.
I was a center fielder. I would run. Dude, chasing down those balls. You know what a dog feels like when the owner throws that tennis ball or that chuck it, and like you're running after that ball. You're chasing, like you're reading trajectory. So on a sprint, and it's so much fun. It's exhilarating to run down a ball in the gap like that. So I always love seeing, at least getting Luke Rayleigh out there. to give him a shot to go run around like that.
Who's the newer guy we got? He's not new. He's new to us.
Victor Robles.
Robles. Yeah.
I like Robles.
I like Robles too.
Yeah. He's been a decent little piece. He's someone who we can trust on our bench. That was the replacement Emmanuel Clase kind of guy.
Yep.
Probably splitting time with Mitch Haniger. He's probably Mitch Haniger's pinch runner most of the time late game if you make it that far.
Was Leo Rivas for a while.
Right, yeah. He was his designated pinch runner.
Yeah.
That was funny. The one day that he was up and Dylan Moore was on paternity leave. I was like, oh, Leo Rivas, pinch running for Mitch Haniger. Of course, yeah. Welcome back, bud.
He's Haney's wheels.
That was hilarious.
Jorge Polanco is coming back soon.
Yeah, he's been rehabbing. He's worked up to playing mostly full games, at least 7 innings of defense, whole game DHing. He's played a few games at AAA. He's ready to come back, as far as I know.
It begs the question, who do we send down to make room for Jorge Polanco?
Oh, Ryan Bliss comes to mind, but he's hot, dude. We can't send down a hot player.
We can.
Well, Ty France is back.
Yeah.
He was hurt for a little bit there.
So Locklear is the other option.
Locklear came up, and he's not been playing a significant role lately because Ty France is back. It's another right-handed first base only option, or DH or whatever, but he's kind of our most movable piece right now, has options. He's young. He came up, proved what he can do for sure. Even stole a base. Proved that he's fast. He pinch runned. Yeah, easy for you to say. He pinch ran for Ty France at second base when he was the ghost runner out there.
Yeah.
In extras on Friday there.
Well,
He's shown that he has a lot of promise, and he's kind of our future piece of the Mariners if we do move on from Ty France or don't have a first baseman that we trade for or whatever it is. He seems like he's the future, no?
yes, I think so. Let me posit a third option.
Sure.
We keep Jorge Polanco in the minors. And we keep Locklear and Bliss.
We do have enough flexibility to do that. Dylan Moore has been playing the Urias role at third base, the platoon with Rojas a lot. Dylan Moore's been really good at that platoon. I think it's a nice platoon. We just keep doing it, and it's working. We don't have to worry about Rojas getting enough at bats. They both get enough at bats, and they're both producing in the places that we have them doing it. So it's not a problem.
Exactly.
And a lot of times our platoons are problem situations, at least on one side. So we keep doing that. Bliss plays a lot of second base. Dylan Moore can play second base.
Dylan Moore can also play shortstop.
And shortstop. Dylan Moore can play anywhere on the field. Let's be real.
Put the pads on him. I need to see this.
We got to see it. Dylan Moore catches this year. Let's put money on it, dude. Yeah, Dylan Moore, he's not going anywhere. No. Haggerty's out of the picture.
Yeah.
Ryan Bliss is performing, so he stays. Locklear gets sent down. Polanco comes up. But how long? How long do we keep Polanco in the minors before we bring him back up? Because he was hitting 179 before he got hurt, and he hasn't been back for a while. He's not part of the energy of the team right now. And
that's what's worrying me the most. He comes back and he doesn't match the energy of the team, and he bogs us down when we're doing something really well.
Well, I think we kind of got through this whole Polanco discussion.
Yeah, that's enough of that.
I could see him being down there for a couple weeks, getting his shit together until he's ready to make an impact on this team. And maybe the trade deadline yields something that lets us move on from him. But we do have him through this year, and I think... Is there an option next year for his contract? I think I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, you check that out. Well, I open up a question that we got from a viewer.
Absolutely.
Okay, this one comes to you from Deadpool Wolverine.
Hey, Deadpool Wolverine, what's up?
What's up? They ask, what do you guys think about big trade prospects? That's part one.
Oh. big trade prospects. So big trade prospects being Vlad Jr., Luis Robert, Pete Alonso. Oh, we just kind of asked the question about upgrading at first base. That's tough, man. Like,
Yeah, no, it's cool to think about getting these big name players.
I
Who do
feel
we
bad
give up
for
for?
Ty France if that happens? But I love the idea of getting Vlad Jr. I'm just going to throw out there that I love Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think that his power plays in any stadium. He won the home run derby here last year. I watched him do it. Not that that's like major league pitching or anything, but he's done it to us before. He's done it to every team in every stadium. I don't know if that's true, but he has the power to do it anywhere is what I'm saying. And the no doubt type of power is what we need to add to this lineup. And I think the season he's had, he started off a little slow, but has been scorching. He had an average over 300 at some point. He hits bombs. That's the kind of guy I want on my team. I love Vlad Jr.
I think he would be a very fun dude to have on this team.
Add him to the Julio Rodriguez train, bro. Vlad and fucking Julio. That's a dynamic duo that I want to see for years, man. Even if we have Vlad just through this year and next year until he reaches free agency, that's fine with me too. Let's do it if it's a short-term thing like that. Let's trade for him and use him right now before JP's contract expires, before we get towards the end of Castillo's contract where we're going to have to think about trading him instead of letting him go into free agency, right now is the time this year and next year. The window's wide open. Let's get him now. That's the kind of guy we could use this year and next year.
I like it.
What happens extension wise.
I like that idea a lot. I think he could add a really cool, fun energy to this ball club.
It'd kind of push Ty France out of the role he plays now, and I don't know what would happen if he'd be part of that trade or not. Probably because he's a major league ready first baseman. Maybe Locklear, they're more interested in Locklear. Who knows?
Could
but
be.
Then Ty France would kind of be the non-tender DFA type situation.
Probably.
So, I don't know. At least in my opinion, from what I know, I'm just kind of a dude who is still learning about all the contract stuff, and that's kind of where my mind's at there. We could upgrade at first base with Vlad Jr. I would love it. Pete Alonso, I'm kind of lesser on Pete Alonso.
Me too.
He's a home run hitter with no doubt power, but I don't know. He's not the same. He doesn't seem like the same kind of fit for Seattle that Vlad is.
He's kind of a home run or nothing kind of hitter.
Sure.
He's like pure power.
Polar bear.
Yeah.
Kind of lumbering guy.
Luis Robert would be cool.
He strikes out a lot, though.
Yeah.
I guess Vlad probably does, too. But I think Robert strikes out more and has a history of having injury, which we don't like. He is on a team-friendly contract, which is something we could upgrade.
That's probably goodbye
Mariners,
Mitch Haniger
yes,
if that happens.
I think so.
I mean, I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, Canzone's not going nowhere.
Canzone's tight.
Yeah, Rayleigh, he's performing. Mitch Haniger's definitely the lowest on the totem pole in the outfield, especially right-handed bat for right-handed bat. That'd have to be the move, is Mitch Haniger. Bye-bye, but...
I know. Yeah, Patrick's not here, but he has been frustrated with our right field defense recently. I bet he would... I don't know. I can't speak for him. I'm just going to say he is going to agree with us here.
Yeah. Well...
Hey, there's more to this. Is there anyone you think that is coming up from Tacoma before the All-Star break?
From Tacoma, I don't think Urias is making a push to come back. I guess we could extend from Tacoma to our entire minor league system.
Sure.
I know Logan Evans is the pitcher that I couldn't remember last week, but here I am remembering him this week. Logan Evans has been dominant in Double-A for Arkansas, the Arkansas Travelers, and he's been talked about as a nice piece to maybe add to our bullpen. I think they were shortening his starts or getting him work in a shorter stint and making him get used to working in more like 1 or 2 inning relief type situations at the last I heard. And I think he'd be a nice addition to our bullpen if he's someone who's performing well now and he's young and up and coming. If he has the stuff to come up and do it, we've seen the Mariners identify and bring the guys up at the right time before. So let's do it again.
Sure.
Starting all the way back with like Brash and Kirby and Gilbert and all these guys. Like, we heard their names, they were up and coming, and they came up and made a difference immediately. So let's see it again with Logan Evans.
Yeah.
I want him
Saw
in
it
our
with
bullpen.
Easton McGee.
Yeah,
Saw
that's
it with
right.
Brian Wu.
Yeah, very much so.
Man, do it. Give him
Yeah.
a shot.
Yeah, let's do
We
it.
got a bunch of dudes in the bullpen.
If we can
a
home-grow
bunch
it.
of some guys.
Yeah. Let's add him to the mix, dude. If he's got electric stuff, let's do it, man.
I'm in. Sold. All right, last part of this question. And most importantly, what's your favorite beer?
Favorite beer? Oh, my goodness. There's too many beers. There's so many styles of beer. There's so many beers.
Tons of beer.
So there's one beer that Garrett and I specifically like a lot, and Garrett introduced me to at some point.
Is it the Grevenstein?
No, it's the Duchess de Bourgogne.
Oh my
bro.
God, that's a crazy one.
Yeah, that's a Flanders red, kind of like a European sour beer, a blend
Flemish.
of sour. Yeah, the Flemish red. Beautiful bouquet of flavors.
It's gnarly.
Changes every year based on the harvest they have over there, where they make it. Very good.
I think it's a blend of young and aged beer. That's a beer you give to somebody who's like, I don't like beer. And you're like, this is
Yeah.
basically wine.
It's fruity.
Try this.
It's
and
vinegary.
they'll love
it. It's beautiful.
It's a little sour. It's just, it's amazing.
You drink it in the cool curved glasses so it can breathe properly and swirl it around. And
But that's a little too fancy.
that is very fancy, but it is one of my favorite beers.
It's crazy good. What's my favorite beer? I like a Pilsner. I like a Hefeweizen. I like that kind of stuff.
Garrett, what's my favorite beer? You know me.
Olympia.
Olympia used to be one of my favorite beers for sure. If I had to guess yours, it's Rainier.
Hey.
So
Okay,
we're pretty
knowing
basic
that-
on that. That's probably our favorite beers.
Yeah, just a macro lager.
But
You like Four Generals.
I love Four Generals. This is a place in Renton, Washington. They do amazing lagers. The dudes down there, they work the craft, buddy. They have the best lagers around. So go down to Renton, drink Four Generals beer. It's amazing. If you like lagers, they have all types: dark, light, wheat, all the things. The Kolsch, the Hef, and they have a couple IPAs for now.
Love a Kolsch.
Yeah. Even though, IPAs aren't their Bavarian strength or whatever, they're still very good. Everything down there is great, and they're good people.
Speaking of beer, though, Matt and I brew beer.
Yeah, we do. What's the Blue Car is our best beer.
We got this special recipe.
Yeah, proprietary blend. It's a blueberry cardamom pale ale.
It's very good.
Delicious, delightful beer.
It's good on a hot day.
Yeah, nice, not too heavy. I know it's a pale ale. We do use some of that the heavy pale malt, but
it's a good summer drinker after you mowed the lawn and you need a little reward.
little touch of lemon, perfect.
Don't give away the whole recipe.
Oh, no, that's just it's proprietary.
Yeah. So yeah, beer's good and stuff.
I'm a big IPA guy. There's lots of breweries out here in Seattle that we like a lot. Rubens and Georgetown Brewing are both solid all the time, every time. They have a very nice standard of making a solid product. Anything by them, their Pilsners, their IPAs, they do a variety of all of them, and yeah, you can't go wrong with those. So those, I can shout them out 100%. I love Seattle beer. There's so many breweries. Get out there and try them.
Yeah, dude, why not?
The
Give it a shot.
Hazelicious from Rubens is my favorite IPA right now.
I like that Rubens Pilsner.
I've been drinking it for like 3 years now. I can't get off it.
Yeah, I know. I see it a lot.
I have many favorite beers, but that's as far as I'm going to go with beer, because I'll talk for about an hour if you let me.
It's a different show. All right. We got anything else? Want to talk about the Shins?
Yeah, dude. Fucking, what's your favorite Shins album? Shoots Too
Shoots
Narrow?
Too Narrow, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a pretty near perfect album, in my opinion.
Is that Mr. Mercer?
Mr. Mercer, yeah, Jim
Jim?
Mercer.
Yeah. I heard that dude DFA'd his drummer like on a trip. Like they were gonna go play a show in England or something, and they had him fly there, and then when he got there, they DFA'd him and sent him back. And
They found a new drummer while overseas.
this is what I heard. I cannot confirm or deny
Oh my goodness.
this claim.
Is Jim Mercer a dick, dude?
That's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah, he's kind of DFA'd his whole band and kept it named the Shins forever. So I could imagine he's a front man, singer songwriter kind of guy, and
When your high horse dies. Da 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 dum.
yeah, great song, great album.
It's a good album.
Check out the Shins.
What are we doing?
20 years later.
This is fully off the rails.
Shoots Too Narrow. Well, Patrick's out there listening to some, I don't know, Tyrannosaurus Midnight or something at the Gorge. So
Throwback set.
we gotta throw out the Shins, give them a shout out.
It's a weird one to shout out.
Very much.
We could shout out a cool band.
All right, I got the Polanco
Okay, let's hear it.
Here we are. 2024. That's this year. Club check. 2025 club option.
Oh,
And 2026 free agency.
okay.
So we get to not sign him for $12 million next year if we decide, the Mariners decide. Yeah, I think that we can easily move on from Polanco this year. Cut Polanco he was here for half the year, didn't do a whole lot. It wouldn't be a hard decision to cut ties and eat $5 million to upgrade if we're going to at least trade and make space for somebody on our roster. And then we can, move Locklear, keep Ty France, and upgrade at first base. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I'm with you.
We have real good problems right now. This feels great to talk about the roster crunch and the amount of talent that we have, young and veteran. Mitch Haniger,
But then rosters
Jorge Polanco.
expand.
Yes, when rosters expand, it'd be great to have one of those guys. Can we make it that far, though? That's post-deadline. That's like a month or two.
Right, you got to set yourself up before then.
Man, they're going to have to make a move at the deadline, at least for bullpen pieces, and hopefully... I mean, I've heard that they fully support spending a little bit of money and getting somebody worth getting on the market this year, that the window's open for the trade market, for Trader Jerry out there.
Did you
Justin.
see somebody took a picture of Jerry sitting with Scott Boras at a Modesto Nuts game?
I did. He's looking at our single A players down there in Modesto, seeing what kind of talent we have on the field. I mean...
Luis
that's always
Robert
good.
is one of Boris's clients.
Oh, fuck. So is Pete Alonso, too?
Maybe. I don't know.
Shit. I hope Vlad's not. Well, either way, it doesn't matter if we just use him for this year and next year and then let him go into free agency with Boris. Fuck it. Our window is now. Right now and next year are that's our biggest opportunity, in my opinion. If it extends past that, it's because we've drafted well, we've traded well, and maintained our pitching staff. So it's yet to be seen. But right now is the time in this window, the late window that we've had going for the last 2-3 years here, since 2021, really.
The window that kept getting pushed back.
Oh, my God.
That window? Is that the window we're talking
Keep
about?
getting slammed in our face and not going and getting what we need last year at the deadline we did, but the year before getting Castillo. It's like, why do it the year before and then not again? Keep reinvesting and keep upping your talent level, keep upping your team, but no.
Led to a very frustrated Cal Raleigh being like, what the fuck are we doing?
Last year sucked. Losing, missing the playoffs by just a couple games was awful, dude.
I think it was half a game or a game.
We really petered out late in this season there because we didn't add what we needed to at the deadline. In my opinion, that was huge. But hey, I'm just some guy saying stuff about the Mariners. They barely missed it, and it was obvious we didn't add enough at the deadline. This year, we have to add enough. We're already in the lead. We're there. We need to make sure that we can compete with every playoff team on the board. That's the Yankees. That's the Orioles. That's even the Royals and the Guardians. Even the Rays. We need to be able to beat those teams.
Dude, you're right.
At least compete, because those teams are not easy to play a close game late where we are in our strength, and those teams don't let us get there.
That's right. We just watched a series against another first-place team, the Guardians, and that was a tough series for us.
They put the ball in play a lot.
They do.
Run the bases well. They have some power in their lineup now. Like, they're a scary team. They're a first-place team, and they proved it. They always pitch well. Their pitching philosophy in Cleveland is always good. So, we didn't get swept. We swept the Rangers, but they kind of suck right now. Like, the Guardians are a team that's fucking good. Even the Red Sox are kind of like pushing back past the Tampa Bay Rays and kind of getting into the wild card picture a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it.
Are the Blue Jays last in that division?
They've been bad, dude.
That's nuts. Let's get Vlad.
Let's get Vlad. I'm pretty sure they've been last for at least the last week. Yeah, the discussions I've heard are like, yeah, we kind of have to wait and see a couple more weeks to where the Blue Jays are going to shake out and what they feel like on the market. But the Blue Jays are...
Keep waiting, dorks.
Yeah, they missed their entire window with what they had coming up. They already traded Kevin Biggio, I'm pretty sure. So.
To the No, I don't think they traded him. I think they DFA'd him and the Dodgers claimed him off waivers.
Right, yeah, you're right about that. Well, yeah, what am I looking up? If the Blue Jays suck? Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, you don't need to look that up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're in last place in the East. So,
well,
yeah, let's pick up Vlad.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, bud, is that about time to call it?
I think so. Is there anything else we need to go over? Well, who are we playing next? Let's talk about who we're playing next.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so we have the third game against the Marlins, which we're going to absolutely crush on Sunday afternoon. We have to take that series. That team is 26-50. We can't let them take another. Oh, yeah, and then we stay in Florida and we go to Tampa Bay, who
That's
I keep
right.
talking about. They're 37-40, so they're not that great, man. They haven't been the team they have been in the past, but they always play tough. They're kind of a Mariners-type team where they're going to play a game that's going to come down to the last innings, and I feel that coming. 3-game series with the Rays on the East Coast before we have a day off on Thursday. We have a regular day off after a road trip to travel home, and then the Twins are in town.
Ooh.
So that's going to be tougher, and that's a team that if we sweep that team, then we have some momentum steamrolling towards
That's going to be a tough series to get the sweep.
It is. It's a 3-game series. It's going to be Sunday day game, and we'll be off on Monday again, another normal day of rest. Then we hit the Orioles. We have the Orioles back here at home too. So Twins and Orioles after we hit Tampa Bay on this road trip.
All right, tough stretch coming up.
Yeah, tough stretch. It's really prove-it time here. We'll take as many games as we can on the road trip, come home, play the type of baseball we play at home, and against some tougher teams, and it's prove-it time, baby. I keep saying it. Julio's going to heat up. The weather's heating up. It's summer, finally. So the Mariners, I think they're only going up from here. If they can maintain that 10-game above 500 pace they're on right now, then we're in a good spot.
It's what you've been saying.
I've been saying it
for over a year.
We need to win 92
10
games.
games above 500.
92 games is what we're at least 92 games is where the Mariners need to be, and we've been coming up just under that. And I keep saying it, 92 wins is where we need to be. That's 11 games above 500. That's where we are now, and let's stay on that pace.
Yeah, man. Well, all right. That's going to do it for us for this show. Thanks everybody for watching. Go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment. It really helps us out. It's free for you to do, and it just helps us so immensely.
Helps a ton.
Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And yeah, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, sometimes Twitter.
Let us know if you want us to talk about stuff. We talked about beer and the shins today, so
We did not need to talk about the shins. That was
anything
weird.
you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments.
All right, that'll do it. Thanks everybody for watching, and go Mariners! That can be Patrick's job. This shit easy.